What's up, everyone? It's your boy LS Racing 42, aka Nathan Stapleton here, and welcome everyone to Pensacola, Florida, for race number 8 on the season, for season number 2 of the NIRA M&M's Truck Series. We are here tonight to make history for the first time ever. We are racing here at Pensacola Superspeedway in the NIRA and for the Advanced Auto Parts 250. 25 laps of racing around this 3-mile oval. It's not just any oval, it is a super speedway. Massive. A half mile longer than Daytona. And 4/10 of a mile longer than Talladega. So it is massive. And we will see 3, 4, and even 5 rides possibly here tonight at Pensacola. There will be no pit stops with it being a super speedway, but that will not hurt the racing whatsoever. So, the trucks that made it through the qualifying heat race an hour ago were Clinton Moore, Tyler Fink, Owen Miles, Clark McKee, Trey Smith, and the number 7 of Jacob Dillons. And we saw history being made over there in the heat race. The first time ever there was a caution in the 34 truck of Amos Muhammad. He did a weird apron grip roll situation and went upside down and back up the racetrack and caused a big one. And there's only 7 or 8 trucks left. So, and that could easily happen here tonight for the actual main event, because we have 36 trucks instead of only 16. So this is a big wild card, and who knows, it might shake up this ultra tight playoff battle to see if it will make it into the playoffs. With 3 races left, there's a real possibility of that all 8 spots will be filled with drivers that have a win. But who knows? With more drivers getting the first win, the 6 drivers full time to have a win. One of them can repeat, or one of the 6 part-time trucks can win and steal a win, just like Monaco did at Texas Road. So there's a lot of unknowns, a lot of possibilities here at Pensacola. So first, I'm gonna go over the regular season point standings after Charlotte. Christian Russell has a 22-point gap, but now it's Benny Watson in second. Riley Spurley Tube is third, 29 points back, and same with Philip Wright, 29 points back. Roger Hampton and Brett Sealer are tied for 5th place, 30 points back. Cody Smart is in 7th, 38 points back. Dale Campbell is in 8th, 42 points back. Shane Rizloff is in 9th, 44 points back. And then Josh Williamson is in 10th, 48 points back. But that's not the big picture, though. Here's the big picture. The playoff standings after Charlotte. There's only 2 spots that remain. Christian Russell, Benny Watson, Riley Spurley, Dale Campbell, Evan Hunter, and Madison Tall. They all have a win. But the thing is about Madison Tall, she's 22nd in points, and you have to be inside the top 25. So, if you get a win. So, Tall has to have a good next 2 races if she wants to be in this chase. But then for Eli Bright, he comes in here only 1 point to the good, and then it's a tie between Roger Hampton and Brett Sealer for that last spot. And the tiebreaker is that Roger Hampton has 2 top 5s. And Brett Sealer only has 1 top 5. So that's why Roger Hampton has that 8th and final spot as of now. And then Brett Sealer is out by 0 points. Cody Smart is 8 points out. Shane Rizloff is 14 points out. Josh Williamson is 18 points back. Henry Williamson is 22 points out. Zachary DeLillo and Noah Clifton are 27 points out. Sam Winkle is 32 points out. Jake Emerson's 42. Luke Mays and Keegan Thompson are 45 points out. And then Stephen Collin is 47 points out. So for the last 3 or 4 people that I mentioned, it's a long shot, but anyone can win here at Pensacola, and it's gonna be a wild one for race number 8 on the season. With that being said, let's go ahead and get these trucks fired for race number 8 on the season and for the Advanced All Boats 250 from Pensacola.
Drivers, start your engines!
What a command for a historic night here in the NIRA and for the M&M's Truck Series. Derek Hamill, the Kansas winner, still on the pole alongside Jake Emerson. Quinton Moore in 3rd, Keegan Thompson in 4th. Brett Stewart in 5th and Eli Blight in 6th. Zachary DeLillo in 7th. Mitchell Collins in 8th. And DJ Reed in 9th. And Emily Anderson in 10th. It will be 25 laps here tonight. 75 miles. The longest race miles-wise on the season so far. But it's not going to be that long. I can promise you that. Gonna go by really, really fast. No pit stops since it is a super speedway. And 3, 4, and 5 wide racing is expected. And for a lot of these guys, they have to get on a roll with 3 races until the playoffs begin. You can't have one slip up, you can't have one bad race where you might have to win if you want to make it into the season 2 playoffs. Dale Campbell, can he go and get his 2nd win on the season? Can a part-timer steal another win like Quinton Moore from one of the full-time drivers? Will anyone else give their 2nd win on the season, or will we have a brand new full-time winner and only have 1 spot remaining with 2 races left in the regular season? All those questions and more will be found out right now after 25 laps. The Advanced All Boats 250 from Pensacola is green. Dale Campbell in the number 15 will lead lap number 1 in the first ever lap here at Pensacola, and they are already 5 wide on lap number 2. We talked about this in the pre-race and in the qualifying race. 5 wide does not work out, but it looks like they will settle it back down to 4 wide. Quinton Moore in the number 0, he's gone 2 in a row in the qualifying heat races, and he's once again out front here at here in the M&M's Truck Series. Last time out on a super speedway, it was this guy Riley Spurley too that won back at Daytona. And he go 2 in a row on the super speedway. Ray Hagen in the number 54 out front now, and he has help from the number 57 who won the Daytona qualifying heat race, and then he has his teammate Josh Williamson who was behind him, but not anymore, as he is going to go to the race lead. And then you see PJ Williamson, the number 51, the Advanced All Boats truck. The Advanced All Boats race, can he win with the race sponsor? But right now it's all Josh Williamson in the number 6 But here comes North Wilkesboro winner Madison Tall in the number 2. She needs to have some good races late in the going in the regular season if she wants to keep that spot in the playoffs. And for Juan Garcia, he has to figure out something big to even make it into the playoffs. 5 right at the back of the pack, but they should be able to settle that back down. Or maybe they won't. There they go. Christian Russell, Emily Anderson, Coley Smollett, Shane Winslow. And looks like Roger Hampton and Henry Williams as well. First caution of the night on lap number 4, and we might not be done wrecking. Going into turn number 3, they're going 5 wide once again. And they will settle that back down, and it will be Madison Tall winning the race back to the line here at Pensacola. The first caution of the night strikes as it's a multi-truck crash in 1 and 2. I jinxed it. I thought that they were going to settle it back down that 5 wide in the deep in the pack, but they were not able to, and that's what resulted in this caution. So, since we don't have any pit stops on super speedways, let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the first caution of the night in race number 8 on the season and for the advanced all-posts. There isn't really a good angle of this, but I'm going to try to explain it the best I can. Looks like PJ Williams stacked up the field right behind him, and then Emily Anderson and Christian Russell made contact, went down the track a lot like what happened in the qualifying heat race, and then nowhere to go for Henry Williams, Coley Smollett, Roger Hampton, and Shane Winslow. But honestly, it does not look like too many big hits with this crash. Just everyone spun around and went down the track and then went back up the track. So, a pretty mild crash for Pensacola, but a tough week for some trucks that need some good ones late in this regular season. On board with the 98 of Shane Winslow. And one more look at it from the helicopter. Welcome back here at Pensacola Super Speedway. No one is out from the crash, but this just now happened. Right when we are about to go back green, the race leader Madison Tall and the number 2 blows up. A tough way for the 2 truck of GMS Racing for Madison Tall, but she was really awfully strong. But she will not be able to get her second win on the season here tonight at Pensacola. And now, oddly enough, that's going to give the race lead to the defending champion, Juan Garcia, to the race lead back green on that number 9 at Pensacola. Madison Tall will be the first truck and only truck so far out in this one. So a tough wait for Madison Tall right there. but part-time Trey Smith in the number 17. We saw of what Monaco did at Texas Rolls. He's trying to do of what he did right then and there. Here comes Jonathan off. He's had a bad season up to this point, trying to get some momentum on his side. And at the beginning of the season, in 2 out of the first 4 races, Luke Wayne had 2 second-place finishes. But since then, he's fallen off a cliff, trying to regain some momentum. Here comes another part-time truck, Clark McKee in the 27. 2 Thor Sport trucks have been involved in crashes, but not too bad. But there's still 3 Thor Sport trucks left, and all of them are pretty close to the front. Clark McKee out front right now, and just like Charlotte, a train of part-time trucks. Clark McKee, Jacob Dillons, and Tyler Fink all up front. And then right behind them, after Dale Campbell, is the number 0 of Quentin Moore. But it is Jacob Dillons out front right now here at Pensacola, Florida. 4x4x4 once again. And looks like everyone is going to maintain in the draft besides Cody Smollett. So that's going to be a tough break for that 4-1 team. Just has to hope for a big one. And we might end up getting one. These guys are getting really antsy and very tight. And we are only on lap 11. 15 laps to go still in the Advanced Star Post 250. Here comes Tyler Fink underneath Jacob Dillons, but because of DJ Reed and Nathan Baird, Jacob Dillons, and there they go again, Juan Garcia, and it's the big one at Pensacola. And Cody Smollett lands into the back end, or the side of Jake Emerson. Jake Emerson upside down. Well, Cody Smollett was hoping for a caution, not to be in the caution. The big one at Pensacola strikes on lap number 12. Or not lap number 11. And it was Nathan Baird in the number 22 that won the race back to the line. But holy crap, that was a big 1.5. Josh Williamson, Owen Mites, Cody Smollett, Benny Watson, our most recent winner. Stephen Collin. Jake Emerson got T-boned and went flipping. Zachary Doletto, I think, might have got a piece of it. Trey Smith involved, I know that for a fact. Multiple plus Juan Garcia was involved. Dale Campbell was involved. Quentin Moore was involved. It might be easier to say if it was not involved in that one. Absolute huge one strikes here at Pensacola. But did I say that they were getting really aggressive, really fast, 4 wide, and 5 wide at times, and apparently 4 wide does not work out that well, because that's 3 times now where 4 wide did not work out well, twice in this one race. It was 5 wide in the qualifying heat race, but still, huge crash. Emily Anderson is onto pit road, Henry Williams, Nathan Faden, Mitchell Collins, Wiley Burleytube, Quentin Moore, Dale Campbell, Juan Garcia, Trey Smith, PJ Williams, Noah Clifton, Zachary Doletto, and looks like Josh Williamson has blown up. So that's a tough week for Josh Williamson. Benny Watson tried giving Williamson a little bit of a bump to at least make it to pit road, but he's not going to make it to pit road. A tough week for Josh Williamson. Tough week for a lot of trucks here at Pensacola. But that's the nature of super speedway racing. We all saw that coming. We all saw the big one happen, but we didn't know it was going to happen this early before halfway even struck. So with that being said, let's go ahead and see what happens. We have the second caution of the night and the first big one of the night here in the Advanced Outpost 250 at Pensacola. This is what happened going on to the back switch. No clipping, just barely clipped the corner panel of the defending series champion Juan Garcia and just turned him up into Luke Ray and into Dale Camel, back down into the rest of the field. Josh Williamson, Benny Watson, Zachary Doretto, Wiley Spurley tube, Stephen Collins goes into the outside wall, and then everyone else just had nowhere to go. Spurley tube, Collins, Williams, Trey Smith, Jake Emerson, and there it is. Huge impact from Cody Small into Jake Emerson. Sent Trey Smith flying. And then Jake Emerson went flying and went end over end and did a pirouette. Just a wild crash and a wild flip here at Pensacola. And the big one strikes for the first time ever at this track. Following along with the 15 of Dale Camel. On board with the 41 of Cody Smart. Welcome back here at Pensacola, Florida. We will go back green at the line with 10 laps to go in the Advanced Outpost 250. And that wreck took out a lot of trucks. The 18 of Juan Garcia, Trey Smith, Benny Watson, Josh Williamson with no fuel, so apparently the fuel tank busted or something. Luke Rainey's done. Stephen Collins done. Owen Miles is done. Cody Smart is done, and Jake Emerson is done. All of those trucks are out. And then apparently from Aston Call, it was a camshaft issue. That was what happened to her under the first caution of the night. So a wild first 11 laps here at Pensacola, and we are not done yet. Nathan Baird will lead us back to the green, back green, with 10 laps to go at Pensacola. Jacob Dillon with one heck of a start. One heck of a restart, I should say. All the way to the inside of Nathan Baird. Jacob Dillon's from DJ Reed, Brett Sealer, and Eli Bright, but Eli Bright moves out of line. Here comes all club winner Christian Russell as well. And we have a much smaller pack now, so I don't think we will crash again, unless we catch up to lap traffic. DJ Reed will lead to lap number 16, and honestly, the only truck that's really slow is Zachary Doretto stuck in third gear. Even though Clifton he's going pretty fast, so he might be able to stay up in his pack. So we're gonna have about 24, maybe 25 trucks contend for this race win still. So that's pretty good. 9 laps to go. Sela, who got his first career pole in the United last time out at Charlotte, trying to get his first career win. And oh my god, the 5 wide again, they're going to settle it back down though. They should be able to settle it back down much more easier now, with only having 25, 24 trucks in this lead pack. Lap 18, Eli Bright, DJ Reed, and Brett Sealer, all side by side for the race lead. Here comes Henry Williams, who surprised all of us with a great pit stop late in the going at Charlotte. He's up here. Quentin Moore is up here. He's been on fire recently in the qualifying races. Can he steal one from one of the full timers? Dale Campbell, he was involved in that crash, but he saved it and has minimal damage, and he's still in this lead pack. PJ Williams is still in this lead pack. Plus, I thought we're not going to be able to keep up. I'm still in this pack and still have a chance. But right now, it's Eli Bright controlling these guys and out front here at Pensacola. And honestly, I don't know. There's a chance that we might catch up to Zachary Deletto before this thing's over with. We'll just have to wait and see. Eli Bright's doing the best job I've seen yet tonight here at Pensacola, blocking each and every lane, or in this case blocking both lanes. I don't think it's going to do it for much longer. Quentin Moore and Henry Williams with a massive one down the back stretch and into turn number 1, turn 3. While these Bully Tube is still in the midst, I'm still in the midst as well. So a lot of good drivers as well should have a shot at this. 6 laps to go. And the 5 wide once again. The 5 wide. And there they go, the wrecking again. This might end the race. I am not entirely sure, but this might end the race. It might end the race. It might end the race here. If not, then it might be a 1-lap dash, but I'm not entirely sure. Eli Bright out front. Can anyone close in time? Quentin Moore with a massive 1, but can he get a massive shove off of turn 4? He's not gonna get there, and potentially, if this race is over, then Eli Bright, who comes in here 1 point to the good, might punch his ticket into the season number 2 M&M's Truck Series playoffs. He might have just done it. But we have to wait and see if we will go back green or not. But Tyler Fink is done. I think he might be the only truck that is done from that though. Third crash of the night here at Pensacola, and this might have ended the race here in the Atlanta Post 250. But we have to wait and see. With that being said, let's see if what brought out the third and probably the final caution tonight in the Atlanta Post 250 at Pensacola. Here we go, this is what happened to bring out the third and final caution of the night here at Pensacola. They were going fine, they were going 5 wide, they probably would have crashed going into turn number 3, but then going into turn number 1, I guess Schroffenhoff in the number 13 thought that he was open and clear, but he wasn't, and the 9 also washed up the track, and the 13 just turned the 9, and then back up the track into Roger Hampton, Clark McKee, Nathan Baird, and Keegan Thompson. Another pretty mild crash, relatively speaking, for Pensacola, but unfortunately that might have ended this race under caution here at Pensacola. Going along with the 9 of Tyler Fink. Welcome back here at Pensacola, Florida, and you are not. Welcome back here at Pensacola, Florida, and your eyes are not deceiving you. We will have a 1 lap dash, a green white, and then a checkered finish. 1 lap dash. Flashbacks to the Season 1 Rebel Cup Series Daytona 500. The only truck that was out from that crash was Tyler Fink, who got stuck on the apron. Top 5 will be Eli Blight, Quentin Moore, Henry Williams, Mitchell Collins, and Brett Sierra. 1 lap shootout, 3 miles, who will win the Advanced Star Post 250? Here we go, let's find out. 1 lap to go. Can Eli Blight hang on? Will Quentin Moore steal it? Or will Riley Spoley, to the highest driver that has a win, get it done? Mitchell Collins got underneath Quentin Moore, but now Brett Steele's going to get underneath of Mitchell Collins. A whole bunch of Toyotas trying to gang up on each other, but I don't know, with these guys going side by side like this, it might just give the win to Eli Blight. And it will. But for green, white, checkered, it does not matter. Eli Blight still wins here at Pensacola and for the Advanced Star Post 250. But if we had 1 more lap, Brett Sierra or someone else would have won. The Advanced Star Post truck ends up being 4th. Great one for PJ Williams. But Eli Blight, probably one of the best trucks out there tonight, was leading for the most laps by far. He thought he had the race won, but then it was a green white checkered 1 lap dash. He got one heck of a restart, so good that by the time that they caught up with him, it was already over. Eli Blight came in here 1 point to the good, and now, as long as nothing bad happens to him to make him fall out of the top 25 in points at World America in Bristol, then he will make it into the season number 2 M&M's Truck Series playoffs. And just like that, there's just 1 spot left. 2 races to go, and 1 spot remains. Eli Blight gets the job done. Brett Sierra in 2nd, Lily Hagan 3rd, PJ Williams in 4th, Mitchell Collins 5th, Nathan Stapleton 6th, Shane Winsoff 7th. After being involved in the first crash, that's a pretty good job. Dale Lightning in 8th, Dale Campbell in 9th. Great one for him after being involved in the big one. Quentin Moore 10th, Jacob Jones 11th, Wiley Spoley 12th, DJ Reed 13th, Henry Williams 14th, Zach Winkle 15th, Chris Russell 16th, Emily Anderson 17th, Evan Hunter 18th, Jonathan Hoff 19th, Keegan Thompson 20th, and Hampton, McKee, Clifton, Gilletto, and Bayard last out with 25 trucks that finished on the lead lap and finished the race without in the garage. And then for Fink, Garcia, Smith, Watson, Williamson, Rainey, Collin, Miles, Smoke, and Lazina and Tall, they all ended up either blowing up or getting involved, and they crashed in the DNFing here at Pensacola. A wild Advanced Star Post 250 here at Pensacola for the M&M's Truck Series. And I honestly think that we just found a new track on the schedule for the Powerway Truck Series, Christmas Queen Series, and Rebel Cup Series in season number 3. But we just have to wait and see what the NIRA officials say when time comes. But what a night, what a weekend, 3 races in 3 days. I hope you guys enjoyed this weekend, and by this time next week, we will know who the 8 truck will be. We'll have a shot at the championship, so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun couple of weeks here for the M&M Truck Series. Thank you guys so much for watching. Race number 8 on the season, and congratulations to the 8 truck of Eli Blight, and the points, the Rookie of the Year points, the playoff standings, and the burnouts for Eli Blight are coming up next. And until next week for Motor America and Bristol, I will see you guys next time. Bye!
You ain't ready for me!